Hi, I'm Amanda. I go to Georgetown School of Business, and I worked with Apex on my GMAT, and I got a 720.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I go here at the Georgetown McDonough School of Business, and I worked with Apex on my GMAT score, and I got a 650.
So I went into studying for the GMAT pretty confident on my quant skills, but I wasn't doing as well as I had hoped. I was just rusty with all of my quant memory and skills, so Apex helped me a lot to just brush everything off and really be able to show my true potential.
I had a different issue. My issue were the quant skills, and Apex really helped me to set up a lot of frameworks to address the problems that I encountered through the test in an organized way that I don't think I necessarily would have developed or come to through other resources or on my own.
So for me, the biggest issues that I was facing was I actually decided to do my whole application process in just a few months. I had been planning to apply the next year, and I decided to do it super fast. So I went to Apex, and I really needed help just getting all of the information I needed, the most important information, without doing a ton of self-prepping, and getting it as soon as possible and as quickly as possible.
Specifically, I think it was just working full-time while trying to study and prepare for the GMAT was definitely not only a logistical challenge, but in terms of motivational factors and things like that. A company like Apex really provides a lot of resources and a lot of support in terms of helping to develop a very specific plan to address those issues, and that's what I found most helpful. I tried some individual prep, some class prep, and didn't really find success until tutoring was kind of an option.
So I found Apex really helpful and really easy to work with because I was a full-time young professional, and I wouldn't have even had time to cross town to meet up with a tutor. And working through their immersive video platform, everything just worked out wonderfully, and I was able to work with them at times that met up with both of our schedules.
I think the experience is really defined from the first touch point, even from myself is just going through online searches and reviews of tutors coming across Apex, and then having our first touch point be a consultation type call to discuss goals and what I wanted out of not just test preparation but out of an MBA experience in general was really important. And from there we were able to kind of develop a more customized and effective tutoring plan going forward. Another big piece of that was throughout the tutoring process also being flexible in terms of not just schedule but in terms of curriculum design and what would be most effective for me going forward and to maximize my score or my effectiveness on test day. And that's something that was, I think, present in my experience with Apex that I didn't get from other programs or self-preparation or the like.
So it's something that just keeps popping into my mind, and this is one of those silly little things that sticks in your memory, but I remember every time I would work with Mike over video, he would come up with funny references to pop culture, things that he knew that I liked and he liked, to help me remember things. So we often ended up talking about Harry Potter and Star Wars, and I loved that, and it really would make me sort of chuckle during an exam when I remembered a trick, and then I would think about Harry Potter, and then I would laugh, and it would calm my nerves, and I really appreciated those personal touches.
So I definitely recommend Apex to a friend. I think personally speaking, I don't know if I would be in business school if I hadn't gone through this process, just from not only from a scoring standpoint, but just from a mental preparation standpoint and confidence in being able to understand that this was something that a process that I could navigate. And you don't necessarily get those kinds of support or resources through other test preparation methods. And so I would say to anybody on the fence that those are obviously well justified.
Yeah, and I hadn't thought of it that way because my test scores probably wouldn't have held me back from going to grad school, but the overall, I didn't really know many people in business school, nor had anybody in my family been to business school. So I was really intimidated by the whole process and the applications and the essays and the resume. I really only felt like an expert from an undergrad perspective. I did not feel like I knew how to navigate that whole situation. So I highly recommend working with Apex through tutors to help you with your resume and your application process as well.
I really liked how passionate a lot of, Mike and other tutors were about test preparation and helping people get better at tests. It's not necessarily a point of passion that I have, but I'm really glad that someone does. And bringing that kind of excitement to a tutoring session is really helpful and really valuable.
I had a great experience, and I definitely got a bump in my GMAT score by working with Apex, but which was invaluable for me was working with Horatio on my applications and my essays and my resume. I was sort of just totally blind, did not understand how to even go about it. The whole thing was very intimidating to me, so that part of it really changed the game for me.